Today we need to get into RM's new song and what they're about and what people are saying about them. We also need to get into the label's stock being affected, and then we have the label sort of speaking out about something happening recently that got people very excited. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave, decide hater or not. Make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on, and make sure you join us fangirling on Patreon. Let's go. We need to talk about something really awesome that happened lately, and the fandom was trending HYBE paid. Now, if you see the top few posts under this, you'd probably think it was a joke or it was some sort of meme. But I went down to kind of figure out what really it was and what started it. Now, I do want to clarify something that's very important, because every time I talk about a story, people like to say, well, that's not what I believe happened, or that's not what I think the trend was about. And that is 100% possible. You're not wrong at all. A trend can happen through various different things, and we all come in at different points of a trend that we might feel like the trend means something else, or the trend might be continuing over something else than it was originally. So these things change, they develop, and so many things get added onto it because that's what people like to do on social media. So from my experience, and what I end up finding out might actually be different from what is going on. But that doesn't mean that what I'm saying is completely wrong, because I am getting that from somewhere as well. Now, after that disclaimer, now we can talk about what the story is. Some people were saying that because the label paid off all their debt, as in they paid off their debt from developing BTS and developing TXT, that this is what the trend was about. And this is very exciting because it means several things. A lot of profits and things will be going towards the group now that the group is finally free of their debt, which is an amazing thing, meaning they can get to keep more of their own money, and then it's just overall really exciting. It's like if you just paid off your student loans or something. What I guess I was a bit shocked to hear was that BTS still hadn't paid off all their debt, which is very interesting because I felt like they made the company billions of dollars. So how much money did they actually even spend in their debt? But of course, keeping that in mind, that if someone has $1 million in debt and the company is making billions of dollars in revenue, that doesn't mean that they would just pay off the 1 million all in one go. They probably would still prefer to do a payment plan and just pay as little as they can on a month-to-month basis. So that likely could be a reason why there was still debt going on. Now, a lot of this is also alleged because it was trending so quickly, and it was trending all around the time that I was deciding to make this video, and we don't have articles and everything confirming it yet. And in case you don't know what debt I'm talking about, this would be debt coming from promotions. This would be debt coming from training, coming from all those things. In a lot of K-pop labels, a lot of debt is coming from the trainee program. And the thing that is very different about the K-pop world compared to the American pop label industries is that in the K-pop world, they'll essentially give you as much money as you would need, sort of. They don't really skimp out on things like training and that sort of stuff. And pretty much, at least for the first few music videos or for the first album, the labels are probably going to go all out in creating the best music video for you and all that stuff. So sometimes you'll see an artist that first debuts with a huge production, and then the K-pop label just kind of holds and tallies that amount of money to eventually be paid off. Whereas in the American labels, the labels essentially just act as a bank, and they give you a loan of a few $1,000,000 or whatever it is for a set amount of albums. So as fast as you can crank out those albums would probably be the best scenario for you, because a music video on its own can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000, if not more, and really expensive music videos can cost in the 1 million. So all of the money that the label is giving you goes towards all of that. And that includes your ability to eat and live and all that stuff. It's all included in that. So if you use your money frivolously, you'll have sucky music videos. And if you really skimp and not spend any money on yourself and just put it towards the art, you're not making that much. You're not living. It's not a good living. So you'll see a lot of artists that are new still working a 9 to 5, even though it sounds like they got a butt ton of money. It really goes fast. If you don't make this money back, typically American labels just kind of take it as a loss and they kind of just write it off. So of course it's exciting to hear that the debt was paid off, because this is something that I think a lot of people in the American industry wouldn't really know too much about. Now, if you're unaware, RM recently released an album. It's not fully out yet, but it will be out. It's called Right Place, Wrong Person. And people were shocked that this was going to be a full release. They were going to do the promotion They were going to have the concept photos, they were going to have everything. And there was going to be 5 music videos that got released, which is absolutely crazy to think about because even the BTS members as a group have never released, I don't think, 5 music videos during one promotion cycle. I could be entirely wrong, but to me, that's absolutely crazy. So obviously the way people know this is because there was a schedule released. So we know exactly what dates and what's coming out, which is very cool, and people were excited about this. The internet going crazy and the fandom going crazy is expected because a lot of people love BTS and they love RM and whatever. However, something else that was believed to have happened that was pretty awesome was that it was believed that the label's stock did go up a little bit. Now we can talk about the possibility of this and what's going on, but to think that a label would go up when a member is doing a promotion cycle or whatever it is expected. And I think what people think it means is that sales are going to go up and that sort of stuff. But really what it means is that since investors or potential investors know that RM is popular and know that during the promotion cycle sales could go up, they decide to invest and buy more stock because they're anticipating the stock to go up during the promotion cycle. So as more people are buying the stock becomes much more in demand. And when something becomes in demand, the price goes up, which is exactly what is happening there. Now, other people might think, oh, well, the stock is just going up because stock tends to fluctuate on the day-to-day, and the specific increase isn't super dramatic to the point where you could really tell if it's a fluctuation or if it's specifically because of the promotion. So we just have to keep that in mind when we think of stuff like this. Although I do think an increase would be due to his album coming out. Now, of course, with any promotion cycle and anything that is happening, people like to throw out guesses and thoughts on what it's going to be about. We kind of have the album name, and maybe this will even be the first single's name. I don't entirely know yet, and people are kind of wondering what it would be about. Some people are saying since it is by a specific artistic, poetic member of BTS who is very lyrically amazing, that the title could even mean something much deeper than what we could even think. I agree that it's totally possible, and a lot of other people believe that it could mean something more at face value. Now, obviously, the right place and the wrong person would imply a relationship with someone that he maybe has been with and realizes that maybe the right place that they would be together in their life, or like the right timing, but then saying that it's the wrong person. So I think we've all been there, but it feels like it's the right place for us in our lives. Maybe we're so ready to be in a relationship. Maybe we're so ready to get married, but then it's the wrong person and you don't feel like the connection is there. And that is interesting because a lot of people have very many theories about this, as does RM feel like he is in the right place right now to get married or to be in a relationship. He just hasn't found that right person yet. And if he is writing the song, could this be about a relationship that he is pulling from? Or is this something that he completely made up or got from a K-drama or something? Of course, when the song drops and when the album drops, we will hear the lyrics. And I think a lot of people are going to have more theories than what they do now. And they're going to connect the lyrics to probably several different idols that they think it applies to. So if RM is at any point descriptive about who the person could be or what the person likes to wear or any details about the person, then people are going to pick up on that and probably connect them to any idol that has ever worn or done any of those things in RM songs. Right now, we don't have specific lyrics, but people are thinking that it could be about someone and probably someone within the K-pop space. Now, my theory on this is a little bit different. I don't think that if the BTS members were to date, that they would go on and date someone that is in the industry. I really think that they would date someone that isn't in the industry. I think they would find that actually really refreshing to be with someone where they want to go to the movies and they want to do things that are a bit more normal. And maybe there's someone who is against being in the spotlight. So they're not someone that wants fame and all this other stuff, which I would imagine would be so refreshing. If you're in the industry and you date other people in the industry, that can definitely work. But it would pose a lot of questions for a lot of people. Like, does this person actually like me? Are they in it for the clout or money? And our boys don't like the drama, so they ain't doing any of that. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks for leaving a comment right here. Love you. Bye.